Hallo. Zo jongens. Als we gaan, dan gaat het goed. Maar we gaan gewoon lekker even... Dat is ook zo kut hè. Donker hier, man. Hallo? Hallo? Mooi man, daar ben ik weer. Alright. Ik heb er niks. I'm gonna do it first here. Hallo, hallo. Chrissy, dat is... Hallo! Test. Test. In total of 4.6 kilometers. 4.6 and a half kilometers. Gran Premio di España, Catalunya. So here we go. Drivers all in the pit lane. Adjusting their setup to what seems the best for them.
Welcome everyone to round 20 of MSC F1 Esports Fun Attack Podium Series. Welcome everyone to round 20 of the MSC F1 Esports Fun Attack Podium Series. Good evening, lads, and welcome to round 20 of 25 of season 5. As the drivers are waiting in the pit box, adjusting their setups for the best hot lap or a hot lap they can put. We are gonna take a look at the current standings. If my hardware is working perfectly, which it doesn't at the moment. So here we go. We are now deep into season 5 and the championship fight is reaching its boiling point. With just a handful of races left, every point, every overtake and every strategic decision could make or break a driver's decision. So as we see now on the top of the standings, Mirko has a dominant form leading the championship with a 304 points in total. But the fight isn't over yet. Ryan Beaton sits in second with 253 points, still within striking distance if Mirko slips up. Meanwhile, the battle for third is waging on. Tom Hackett, Johnny Bart and Chris Gray are separated by just 12 points, making every position tonight absolutely crucial. So as we take a look at the Constructor Championship, Ferrari on first, Mercedes on second and the Aston Martins on third place. Still 5 races to go, lads, so a lot can happen. Excuse me if I'm a bit late with switching drivers because I'm using the microphone through the OBS software and not through my live stream, so there's a little delay in between. Okay, plug the microphone back in to the live stream. So P1 Gertie Boomer 112.552, Viper Gaming 112.725, Wells Punch with a 113.229. Please let me know if everything is correct during the live stream with the microphone.
Mirko on an outlap, Cam McKenzie on an outlap, and Daddy Cool on an outlap, and Phoenix Gray on an outlap. We're staying with Phoenix Gray as he's going for an outlap. Into sector 2. Oh, and there he goes, Phoenix Gray into the wall. Needs to break off his hot lap in this short qualifying. Goes out of the way for who was that there? Daddy Cool. Makes room for Daddy Cool. And Daddy Cool goes over the line with a 1:14.724 and makes his way into P7. Still a lot to find there for Daddy Cool. So who is next? Tom Hackett starting his hot lap right now. Ghost Delta will come first. Which time he can set. Ghost Delta comes over the finish line and makes his way up to P8 with a 1:15 blank. 1:15.0. Oh, MSC F1 Nick does the impossible and does it once again. 1:12.407. We saw great racing last race already for him, and I think we're gonna see it once again today. Great driver. So Tom Hackett, expected in the top 5, where he comes, and he goes to a P3 with a 1:12.667. So top 3 split by 0.2 of a second. On the first one, Alton on outlap. Phoenix Gray once more on an outlap. We stay for him for now, as he made a big mistake in his first one. Did not any seen damage on his car, so he's good to go. Where's Shane Boland? Shane Boland is where? In turn 1. So Phoenix Gray as last. Who's coming as first? Art in turn 1, Cam McKenzie in turn 1. So it's gonna be Shane Boland. What he can do. Making his way into sector 2. US Open. Oh! He's unvalidated. Sorry, let's see that too late. Orton is there as well. Cameron Kenzie is there as well. So Orton coming as first. I also invalidated. Cam McKenzie invalidated. Phoenix Gray then. Phoenix Gray. A bit slippy there, but where he is gonna come on a P7, that was not a great lap at all for Phoenix Gray. Well, Sponge back on an outlap. 6 minutes on the clock. So, well, Sponge starting his hot lap. Let's stay with him for this lap. Set it his first time on a 1:12.886 on his first run. Where he's gonna come out now. "12 from the 16 drivers in the pit lane. Tom Hackett coming out now. On to the left, on to the right, making his way into Sector 3. And one more right, onto the straights and goes back into the pits. Tom Hackett on an outlap at Phoenix Gray. Sets a purple Sector 2. Might be a good lap from Phoenix Gray. Onto the straight he goes. Bit wide there, but still okay. And makes his way into P6. So 1:12.961. So P2 to P6, split by 0.4 of a second. MSC F1 Nick still comes out on first with a 0.4 of difference on P2. Tom Hackett. Tom Hackett over the finish line, and there he goes, P1, and beats MSC F1 Nick with a 1:12.155. 0.02 of a second difference. Pretty sure MSC F1 Nick is gonna give it one more try. Viper Gaming starting his hot lap now. Gertie Boomer, Will Sponge, Ali Ali and Mirko already quit the session. Sees already enough. Viper Gaming entering Sector 3. Technical part of the circuit. Onto the straights. Reaching that finish line, and there he goes. Stays P4. Who's next? Arten goes Delta. Arten is next into Sector 3. Oh! Big mistake there for Martin. Looks like he wanted to go into the pit. Not sure about that, but... Shane Boland still not set at the time yet. Sets the time now and sets it to P8 with a 1:13.238. Phoenix Gray into the pit, not gonna go for another lap anymore. So P6 is the best he can do for now. Very cool. Ghost Delta, Arten, Shane Boland and Viper Gaming still in the game. Very cool. Last turn. On to the finish line, and here we go. Stays P13. With a 5/10 on top of his best time. Makes it not a great lap for him. Ghost Delta still busy, but seems to have a lot of slip on the rears. Arten is into the wall. And that's it for Arten. Lost the wing and plate. And will not manage to set another lap anymore in the pit lane as well. This is gonna be a heavy race for the McLarens. So that's it. Short qualifying. Tom Hackett on P1, MSC F1 Nick on P2, followed by P3 Gertie Boomer with a 1:12.552, Viper Gaming on P4, Wellsponge on P5, Phoenix Gray on P6, Ali on P7, Shane Boland on P8 with a 1:13.238, P9 Mirko, the two Ferraris behind each other. That's gonna be epic to watch. So wait, give me. So where we were. The two Ferraris, Mirko and Gregory F1, 9 and 10. Cam McKenzie on P11 with an Alpine on P11 and P12 Beaten with a Visa Cash app. P13 Coast Delta and a Haas, P14 Daddy Cool and a Mercedes, P15 Crytek and P16 Arten. The two Ferraris, Mirko and Gregory F1, 9 and 10. Cam McKenzie on P11 with an Alpine on P11 and P12 Beaten with a Visa Cash app. P13 Coast Delta and a Haas, P14 Daddy Cool and a Mercedes, P15 Crytek and P16 Arten. Oh, it's gonna be a full qualifying. I'm sorry lads, I totally did not know that. You know, I really don't have a time to check the Discord and check the live stream and check. I'm really sorry lads, but it's gonna be a full qualifying. So it's not over yet. And who's gonna come out as first there? Looked like a Ferrari, but It's Cam McKenzie. Starting as a first his hot lap later. Starting now as first his out lap. Following by a Sauber. That will be Viper Gaming. Yes, it is. Ali followed. And Phoenix Gray coming after. So staying with Cam McKenzie for the moment. No one's sorry, Cam. Nobody told me it's pool qualifying. So, Cam. First one to set a time in qualifying 2. Looks like a nice lap. Ooh, very slippy on the rails there. That's gonna cost him a lot of time. So Cam McKenzie and Viper Gaming, the first two who gonna set a lap. Cam McKenzie in a 1:12.683, but Viper Gaming takes it from him and sets a 1:12.537. Phoenix Gray cannot beat it and takes a 1:13.163 and takes P3. P4, because MSC F1 Nick. Oh man, so much happening here. Tom Hackett takes P1 with a 1:11.879. That's a half of second difference on Mirko, and that's a lot. So Phoenix Gray was P3, goes back to P6. Ali on P7 won a 1:13.241, followed by Ghost Delta with a 1:19.609. Must have happened something on that lap. Beaten still in the pit. Getty Boomer sets a purple sector 1. So Gertie Boomer into sector 2. Here we go, left, right, and then we going on to the straights, on to the finish line. What is gonna be his time? Can he reach the top 5? Yes, he does, and he sets a P2 with a 1:12.303. 4/10, still difference with Tom Hackett. Really animal lap from him there. Wells Point still on a hot lap. Let's stay with him for a minute. Sorry for the echo in my voice, boys. I still don't have my headset on as I have it on charge, so I apologize for that. Well, Sponge to a P7 with a 113.121. MSC F1 Nick on an outlap, Cam McKenzie on an outlap, Phoenix Gray on an outlap, Beaton is on hot lap, going into turn 1. Taking nice the apex there, onto the left. Bit tricky there, but still got it. Let's stay with Beaton and see what he can do in this qualifying 2. Into sector 3. Last turn. On to the finish line. Sorry, here we go. P11 for Beaton with a 113.418. We've seen better from Beaton, let's be honest. Phoenix Gray, hot lap, purple sector 2. And here we go. Can he do it? As he did it before, and here we go. P2 for Phoenix Gray with a 112.291. Times are getting closer to Tom Hackett, but still not close enough. Cam McKenzie invalidated. Who's next? It's gonna be Shane Boland. So Shane Boland into the pit lane. There is going Phoenix Gray going into the pit lane, just set on hot lap. Beaton 3.5 tenths below his own time, his best time. That's gonna get him a P10 or P9 if he manages to put that sector 3 good. And here we go, P9 with a 113.075. And Daddy Cool still on in hot lap. Into sector 2. DRS open. Two times left, 2 times right. Daddy Cool, where he is gonna come, manages to take one place up and makes his way into P13. So currently in the danger zone, Wellsponge, Ali, Daddy Cool and Ghost Delta. Shane Bolin on an outlap together with Phoenix Way, which invalidated. So let's stay for Wellsponge with Wellsponge for a minute as the other ones coming out for their second run. Sector 2. Plus 3.5 seconds. Not good lap for Wellsponge. There is coming another. Oh no, that's Wellsponge. So Shane Bolin. 4 drivers at risk here, as the top 10 only continues to go to qualifying 3, the last qualifying with 10 drivers. Last lap for Shane Bolin. Making his way to the finish line and takes a P10 on the border of being kicked out in qualifying 3, so we will see what the other one still can do. Times are very close there between P10 and P12. Ali going back in the pit lane will not manage to set another lap. So the only contender for beaten is gonna be beaten Daddy Cool and Ghost Delta. Oh, Ghost Delta has slipped it away in the end of Sector 2. Beaten, where are you, mate? Sector 2. DRS open, here we go. What can he do? Beaten, absolutely a great driver. As you can see at the driver standings, of course. Very busy personal life, as I understand. So does not have always time to do a proper practice. But here we go, over the finish line. And a 1:12.559 up to P8 and makes his way into qualifying 3. So Daddy Cool into the grass. Not gonna beat anyone out of qualifying here, only himself. So it looks like we have our top 10 completed. No, we don't. Shane Bolin is still on his way. Is he gonna kick out Viper Gaming? Final last turn, into the last turn, on to the finish line, god damn. Here we go. No, he doesn't do it and stays P11. So your top 10 is completed, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Hackett on P1 with a 111.879. Followed by MSC F1 Nick in Aston Martin on 111.980. In the Red Bull, Phoenix Gray with a 112.249. Followed by Gertie Boomer in the Williams on P4 and with a 112.303. Mirko on P5 in the Ferrari and 112.350. We'll see what is the rest of the standings. So we were stayed at Mirko. Well Sponge on P6 in the Haas. P7 Beaton in the Visa Cash. P8 Gregory F1 in the Ferrari. Cam McKenzie on a P9 in an Alpine. And a Viper Gaming on P10 in the Kick Sauber. So the drivers you will not see back again on the track in qualifying 3 is Shane Bolen, Ale, Daddy Cool and Ghost Delta. So this is it, qualifying 3, last qualifying for the gentlemen on track. Looking to go as fast as first out, to set as first your hot lap, to go as fast as back in again, to set a second run. So out as first, MSC F1 Nick. We've seen him doing that a lot of times already. In qualifying 3. No dirty air. So Beaton stays in the pits. That's the only one. So we're gonna stay with Nick for this lap. Here we go. Making his way into turn 1. In the Aston Martin. Phoenix Gray coming right after him. On to the left. Entering sector 2. Entering DRS detection zone for later in the race. 2 DRS zones, 2 DRS detection zones. Here goes the DRS open of MSC F1 Nick. Making his way into sector 3. 2 times left, 2 times right. And then all the way straight down to the finish line. So here we go. What can he do? Goes for now for sure to a P1, as he's the first one on track, followed by Phoenix Gray with a 112.158. So Phoenix Gray doesn't manage to take a P1 for him today in the first one. Gertie Boomer on a P3 with a 112.221. Will Sponge with a 112.567. Gregory F1 with a 112.917. I believe Wells Punch jumps in between there. Cam McKenzie with a 1:23.19. For sure not his best lap, and gonna do another one again. Nicely made plays there. So Beaton still busy. What can he do? Here we go. P5 for Beaton with a 1:12.486. So all drivers went for the first one except Tom Hackett. Tom Hackett looks like he's going out now and wants a clear track with no distractions and no dirty air up in front of him. So we're gonna stay with Tom Hackett. As I said, Sector 3 is a really technical part. We're just gonna use a lot of tire degradation there. So Tom Hackett going on his hot lap. Let's watch with him in the cockpit. Back to gear 4. Taking the apex nicely there onto the right. Tom Hackett in the Mercedes. Making his way into Sector 2. Purple Sector 1. Nicely taken from Tom Hackett there, onto the right. DRS goes open. And there we go, another time. 2 times left, 2 times right. There we go, on to the finish line. Where is he gonna come? And he takes P1 provisional pole for Tom Hackett with a 1:11.807. 900ths of difference with MSC F1 Nick. This is gonna be close. This is gonna be a very close. What is MSC F1 Nick doing? Already on his second run. Into the pit. Phoenix Gray. Starting his hot lap now. On the way into turn 1, 2 and 3. Phoenix Gray, having almost 3 MSC championships in his hands. Very, very quick driver, one of the quickest of MSC. So, will he manage to take 2/10 of that time? We are about to see. Into the pit lane. So, Gertie Boomer then. Also in the pit lane. All drivers in the pits. MSC F1 Nick outlap, Wellsponge on an outlap, and Cam McKenzie on an outlap. With 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Drivers who are still in the pits. And they need to make a hurry for the second run. So here we go, let's stay for Cam McKenzie on a second run. What he can do. Normally also a really fast driver, lads. So that P9 is for sure not where he needs to be. Cam McKenzie invalidated. That's it for Cam McKenzie. No more time that he's gonna set there. So we got Wellsponge up next. Cam McKenzie making place for him there. Very nice. Wellsponge also invalidated. Still has time for third run. Gregory on outlap. So this is it, lads. The last run of MSC Podium Series on Barcelona, Catalunya. Who will take pole in round 20 of 25 in season 5 of the Podium Series? Wellsponge as first, coming over that finish line. Two times left, 2 times right. Here we go. DRS goes open. And finish it and doesn't improve. Beaton improves to a P6 with a 112.287. Up next, Ferrari, Mirko. No, who's that? Gregory also not improves. Tom Hackett stays P2. And Gertie Boomer goes up to P4. So MSC F1 Nick did it again and takes P1 in the Barcelona Grand Prix. Tom Hackett up second in the Mercedes, Mirko on P3 in the Ferrari, Gertie Boomer in the Williams on P4, Phoenix Gray in the Red Bull on P5, Beaton in the Visa Cash on P6, Cam McKenzie in the Alpine on P7, Will Sponge in the Haas on P8, and Gregory F1 on P9 in Ferrari. So guys, as you know, we have a 5-minute break on the grid. I'm gonna take a piss, I'm gonna make a nice drink for myself, and I will be back with you in a few minutes. So guys, welcome back. As we are still waiting on the official announcement from our FIA team, aka Damir Skolovic. We have some time to do some chit chat over what happened the last week or the last 2 weeks in the F1 world. So guys, welcome back. Like the McLaren rear wing, which the FIA made already some rules to. Then we have Liam Lawson in the Red Bull team. Honestly, I feel so devastating for this guy, man, really. Makes his way up, so much of great racing, makes his way up to Formula 3, Formula 2, and makes his way up to Formula 1. Driving for the sister team of Red Bull. Replacing, in the season of 2025, replacing Checo Perez. Comes in a car that is completely built around Max Verstappen. And only gets 2 races. Yeah, this guy it's a really good, he can really good racing, that's for sure, but yeah, I feel so devastating, man. No, like when you're coming in a team, you're making his way up, you're racing your whole life, then coming in your dream team, you want to be your whole life, and then getting this car that is completely built around Max, and you just can't do it, no, like. And now he is replaced by Yuki, so let me know what you guys think about this driver swap in the comments. Is Yuki gonna do it, or he's gonna go the same road like Liam Lawson? What do you think? So here we go, formation lap. "16 drivers on the grid today." Making these tires nice and warm to get that perfect start, as you can see Mercury is doing. Then the rest of the grid is following. So MSC F1 Nick coming as a first as his grid position. All drivers now to the last corner. Here we go. Waiting for the red lights and the green flag. So this is it for MSC F1 round 20 of 25 of season 5. Red lights. And it lights out and away we go for the Barcelona Grand Prix. Who is there on the grass? MSC F1 Nick seems to have a good start. Two to each other there, Mirko and Tom Hackett. Tom Hackett stays up in front. The Red Bulls fighting to the sister team. Next to each other there. And Beaton stays up in front. Nicely done from him there. And he's battling immediately the other one. No, he doesn't. So Phoenix Gray. Well, Sponge looking already to put an attempt there. Better weights of it. Very close here there for beating on Gertie Boomer. Is he gonna do it? Yes, he's gonna do it. And beaten up to P4. Nicely done from Beaten. Well, Sponge still staying very close on the rear of Phoenix Gray. Taking the inside line. Making his attempt. And catch him on P6 goes well, Sponge. So we're gonna have a long train now here. Which I expect from P1 to P7. So MSC F1 Nick still leading the Grand Prix. 4/10 of difference on Tom Hackett. But Tom Hackett is closing in. Look how close he comes here. Inside line, and there he goes. And Tom Hackett takes P1 from MSC F1 Nick. Mirko very close also on Nick now. Can see how he is dry. Ooh, slippy on the rear wheel there. Beaten, look how close he is. Tom Hackett, 1 second away from MSC F1 Nick, out of the US zone. As Mirko is going past Nick into turn 1. Oh, really struggling there to keep that position. Those three are really close to each other. MSC F1 Nick, Beaten and Gertie Boomer there. Mirko manages to take something off that time, off that gap from Tom Hackett. Stays in the US zone for now. Ooh, something happened there to Tom Hackett, and here he goes. Ooh, Tom Hackett still manages to keep that P1. Mirko is closing in. Ooh, little snap there for Mirko. And here comes Nick back. On to the straight. And here comes Nick. Misses a bit of overspeed there. And Nick and Tom Hackett. And Mirko goes by to Tom Hackett. Nice move from Mirko there. But Tom Hackett is not gonna leave it with this. For sure not. Into turn 4. Left and taking nicely the apex together there with Mirko. can see this train as I predict to you. P1 to P7. MSC F1 Nick closing in. Look at that train. Here he comes, Tom Hackett. The inside line goes past Mirko. MSC F1 Nick still needs to settle for the moment. But needs to watch as well his rear mirrors, because there is coming Gertie Boomer. And well, Sponge on the inside line, now the outside line. What is he gonna do? Well, Sponge on P4, beaten on P5, but there he comes, Gertie Boomer on the outside. Has not enough room to make an attempt. Phoenix Gray looking everything slowly from the back, hoping somebody is gonna make a mistake today. So Ali Ali is splitting the P1 to P7. The gap is starting to come as Viper Gaming is making his attempt, and he succeeded, and Viper Gaming goes to P8. So back to the front, as Tom Hackett is next to Mirko now. But he needs to wait for a better one. DRS open, except for Mirko. Very close there from Tom Hackett. I expect those drivers are gonna keep swapping places until the very last round, or there's gonna gonna happen with the pit stop. Otherwise, you will see those P1 to P7. You will see them until the end of the race behind each other in the DRS train. Gertie Boomer looking. All of them on mediums. We know the mediums this time in this game are not as they used to be. Oh, and he goes very wide there, Gertie Boomer. So there goes Beaton. Takes the inside line. Can he hold it? Now the outside. No, he can't. I need to settle for P5 for the moment. Gertie Boomer reporting right at him, at his back. So P1 to P7 still within DRS range. P8 is starting to get a bit off. 2 seconds now. Let's stay with the front end for now. Phoenix Gray. There he comes, Phoenix Gray. Makes it 2. No, he doesn't make it 2. Almost. From Phoenix Gray up to P6. Nice move from him there. And these two are getting so close to each other during this game, right? Two really, really great fair drivers, those two. Nothing to say about this, really. Ooh, little snap there from MSC F1 Nick. Does not lost a significant time there. So Merkur is starting to fall away back now with 8 tenths. Let's hope he can stay within the DRS range, otherwise it's game over for him. So MSC F1 Nick 5 tenths from Tom Hackett now. Tom Hack playing it very, very well. Seems to get away on the low speed corners. So he cannot make it his attempt with DRS on the straights. Very, very smart driver Tom Hackett here. So as we going into round 12 from 33, all 7 drivers still in the DRS zone as Viper Gaming goes here past Ali Ali. And Daddy Cool very close to Ghost Delta with the DRS open. Takes as much as can do from the slipstream and goes past Ghost Delta. Let's take a view from the view that Phoenix Gray is having at the moment. Started strong in qualifying. A bit down the road for now, but pretty sure he can still do something this race. Setups looking very similar to each other here. Looking to straight line speed. But MSC F1 Nick is closing in. Looks like he has enough for now. And he goes into the pit lane. The first one in going into the pits is MSC F1 Nick. Together with Phoenix Gray. So I'm expecting the rest of the top 7 going into the pit lane after this round. So we stay with Tom Hackett and see where he's gonna come out. So MSC F1 Nick, Phoenix Gray, Viper Gaming and Gregory F1 all in the pit lane. Tom Hackett will follow with the rest very soon. Otherwise he's gonna lose a lot of time comparing to the ones on the fresh tires. Artin gets a 3-second time penalty. As I said to you, the rest will follow into the pit lane. So we will stay with Tom Hackett. No, we will see with MSC F1 Nick. Does he manage to get that P1 back? Or will he not? MSC, Tom Hackett. Tom Hackett. Here's coming Nick. And Tom Hackett stays up in front. Well picked strategy there from Tom Hackett. Takes a distance of 1.5 seconds there. Gets himself out of the DRS zone. Giving Tom Hackett the opportunity to drive away from him. If he will manage to put a better lap times than MSC F1 Nick. Phoenix Gray looking at Wells Punch. Merkel very close to MSC F1 Nick. So MSC F1 Nick is gonna have some pressure from the guys behind him, as he also wants to catch Tom Hackett. So Mirko now looking at the back of MSC F1 Nick, and there he goes. Takes that P2. I told you MSC F1 Nick is gonna be in trouble now. Got Will Sponge and Phoenix Gray right behind him. Cannot afford to make any more mistakes. or he will lose that podium place. Who is that McLaren there? Arten. Not having his best day today. Goes Delta. So as you speak, 3 second time penalty for Arten, goes Delta and Gertie Boomer. With a half race distance driven. MSC F1 Nick coming closer again to Mirko, wants that spot back. Coming very close again. And Mirko is missing DRS on Tom Hackett. So for sure we are going to see MSC F1 Nick taking that P2 spot away again. Look how close he is here. MSC F1 Nick. There he goes. DRS open. DRS for Mirko stays closed. And there we go. Takes that P2 back again. And making his hunt again up to Tom Hackett. Viper Gaming on Ali Ali. So MSC F1 Nick almost reaching the DRS detection zone in sector 3. Now 1.1 half seconds away from Tom Hackett. Not gonna make it on this round, but Mirko will. But I'm guessing he's too far away to make an attempt on this occasion. No, he's not gonna do it. Phoenix Gray waiting until one of the gentlemen is gonna make a mistake. But stays perfectly behind the top 4 in the DRS zone. Saving his tires. Who knows, he can make something the others don't. And the last couple of laps. So the back is pretty far from each other here. No action in the back, so we're gonna stay in the front. MSC F1 Nick took that P2 with a 9.5 tenths difference on Tom Hackett, but loses now again on Mirko. And as long as those 2-3 are gonna battle each other, he's only gonna fall more far away from Tom Hackett. And there's someone standing still in the Haas. Who is that? Seconds delta and DNF. Quiet check. 3 seconds of time penalty. Multiple warnings. Phoenix Gray made a mistake somewhere, as he is now 0.9 away from Gertie Boomer. Phoenix Gray lost track here. Something happened to Phoenix Gray. I just cannot tell you what, guys. So back to the front, as those three are keep battling each other. Well, Sponge, Mirko and MSC F1 Nick still in the battle for the podiums. Well, Sponge goes past Mirko. Mirko up from P2, back to P4. Mirko, here he goes, somewhere else Sponge. DRS goes now wide open. As you can see, there's not a lot of top speed difference here. Taking difference lines. See if he can take something more out of the car there. But not on this occasion. Tom Hackett driving absolutely in superb race here. Keeps them all away from the DRS zone. Driving his own way, and it's his own race here. Like we know him. He knows to keep that gap within a 1.4, between a 1.4 and a 1.6, as he's doing now, already for 4 laps. Tries not to put as much pressure on those tires, keeping it nice and clean with the same lap times. That's how we want to see it. So Will Sponge closing in on MSC F1 Nick. As you can see, that MSC F1 Nick took a lot of time there away from Tom Hackett on that corner. Two times left, 2 times right. And on the long way down to turn 1. Still too far away it seems, but he's closing in, and he's closing in very soon, and here he comes. Will Sponge back on MSC F1 Nick on P2. Looked like he was too far away, but he still did it. Very good from Will Sponge there. Now it's up to MSC F1 Nick to get that position back. Lap 25 of 33. Fresh hearts are not so fresh anymore. 10 laps old now. But still good enough to end this race without any problems, I think. Phoenix Gray looks like he's losing pace. So MSC F1 Nick, what's happened there? Oh, that's out, Arton. So MSC F1 Nick, well sponge. Mirko losing a bit of a gap now. Will not have the DRS anymore now. So expected, if he will not stay in the DRS, he's gonna fall away very soon. Well sponge and MSC F1 Nick staying battling each other. Which is gonna be exciting to see in the end of the race. Due to the tire degradation. As Tom Hackett will not have many problems with that. As this guy is driving his own race. Absolute phenomenal race he's driving once again. So Phoenix Gray on Viper Gaming. Swap, swap. As I said, Mirko is losing ground. So the only battles you're gonna see during this last 6 laps is gonna be between MSC F1 Nick and Mirko. Oh, and there goes MSC F1 Nick! Unbelievable! Unbelievable from MSC F1 Nick, and makes it a DNF. After having such a good reputation here during the MSC F1 Nick, MSC F1 race. Staying for P2 for a very, very long time. He makes a mistake and he's out. And that gives a Phoenix Gray a bonus for today. As he get 1 place extra up. Only needs to see to get to Viper Gaming now. Which I know, knowing him, he will succeed in that. And there, Viper Gaming losing the rears. Too much pressure on the brakes there. Ooh, very slippery there from Phoenix Gray as well. You clearly see that some drivers already are struggling on the setup that they are driving on this track. Especially this sector 3 is cost you a lot of tire degradation here. And Phoenix Gray goes back into the pits. Is going back to the softs, I think. To set the fastest lap. Yes, he does. Here we go. Phoenix Gray up back to P9, I think. Yeah, P9 for Phoenix Gray on fresh softs. So your leader in the Grand Prix tonight, Tom Hackett. Already more than 28 laps. No mistakes seen from this guy. Driving the whole Grand Prix. His own race. And did not back down for anyone today. Followed by Will Sponge on P2 with a 2.9 difference. As you can see, 5 laps before, this was much closer. Mirko on P3 now with a 2 second. I'm not sure what really happened there between MSC F1 Nick. I was too late swapping the drivers. So as we are reaching the MSC F1 Season 5 endings, 5 more rounds to go. Still a lot of points to earn. So Phoenix Gray on fresh softs. Expected to do closing in very soon on Gregory here. As you can see, he put his fastest lap already, a 1:14.1. Gonna give him 1 point extra in the championship. On to the left, making his way into sector 2. DRS open. And here he goes with a lot of overspeed on those softs, of course. Back up to P8. 4 seconds to go to Crytek. With only 1 lap to go. It's gonna be possible. And sets another time as fastest lap with a 1:14.080. So as we go back to the Grand Prix leader, Tom Hackett, showed once more what he can do. As Orton gets another 3 seconds time penalty here. Making a total of 6 already for Orton. As Tom Hackett is going into his last lap now. With a 4 seconds difference on Wells Sponge. So let's go back for a moment to Phoenix Gray. 2.3 now. Still not in his final lap. Going in now. So that P7 is going probably to Phoenix Gray here. Will he manage? 8 corners to go. Phoenix Gray on a 1.3. As your leader finished the race, Tom Hackett, P1, Wells Punch P2, Mirko P3. And we got your P3 completed, your podium places. Gertie Boomer on a P4, Ali Ali on a P5, Viper Gaming on P6. Crytek still has company from Phoenix Gray on those softs. And he will only get one shot here. And that's in sector 3. Onto the straights. And he just got just a little too less on Crytek. Gregory finished the race in P9. P8. I'm sorry, P9 is Phoenix Gray. Must have a time penalty there then. Daddy Cool P10. And that's your top 10 for today. Driver of the day announced by the F1 game automatically. Crytek. But for me, that's for sure gonna be Tom Hackett. Drive a phenomenal race on his own, like I saw him doing already before a couple of times. So your standings for today: P1 Tom Hackett, Wells Punch on P2, Mirko on P3, P4 Gertie Boomer, P5 Ali Ali, P6 Viper Gaming, P7 Crytek, P8 Gregory F1, P9 Phoenix Gray and Red Bull, P10 Daddy Cool, P11 Arton, P12 MSC F1 Nick, P13 Ghost Delta, P14 Beaton, P15 Shane Bolin, and P16 Cam McKenzie. So lads, I wish you all a very nice evening, what is left from the evening. And I'm gonna see you all back tomorrow, back on track for the MSC Fun Attack Club Spot Series. Friday and Saturday we are also of course online on the live stream, because then we are driving our second race from season 1 of the MSC GT3 series, driven on the game ACCC. So be there, and I'll see you all tomorrow.